In this video, I want to try and get better at free skating. I've been free skating for around 7 years, almost 7 years now, but there are still some things that I have barely touched or not touched at all, and I feel like I'm really slacking. So the 5 tricks I'm working on in this video are ones that I really need to either brush up on or just start in general. And then the hope is that I practice those tricks regularly after this video to get better. These are the 5 tricks that I will be working on in this video, and hopefully share some things I've learned along the way. Anyone who skates with me knows that I really like this trick on the front foot, and that's like mega consistent now, but in comparison, the back foot sucks. I am not consistent at all, and I wish I was consistent with it because then it would apply to tricks across the board. This one was more just a brush up trick. I've landed it a bunch of times before, but like I said, not consistent, and it was nice to get some practice in on this one. I think it's somewhat ironic that this was like one of the first tricks I learned on free skates, and that was back when I learned it in China, but still to this day, on the back foot where I originally learned it, I kind of suck. Here's some footage of me practicing it like pretty soon after I got back from China. All right, so this is like the first time watching this footage back since I filmed it, and I'm confused about 2 things. One, I don't remember practicing it on the front foot. I could have sworn it was the back foot. Number 2, I don't remember being so freaking good at it, like literally the day I got back from China. I think I was like on something else this day, like on a high from learning it, and then obviously there was some work involved to get it consistent, but I don't remember it being quite like this. I think for this trick, what helps me the most is not underestimating the amount I have to kick, just like with the front skate, except with the front I'm used to it. With the back foot, I don't really have that power yet. So stronger kick and then bringing the foot down faster than I would think. All right, this next trick, switch it revert, ramps it up quite a bit in terms of difficulty for me. Again, I've landed this trick before, but then pretty soon stopped practicing it because I checked the box and it's something I can do now. Obviously not. For this one, there were just a bunch of fails since I pretty much completely stopped practicing it. So I kind of had to start from square one here.
YouTube channel, you guys.
For the switch it revert, I noticed it kind of helped to bring that back skate onto half the skate. So there was visual room for me to step on and then pivot. And then as I'm doing that step, I'm making sure to rotate my shoulders. This one frustrated me a little bit because, again, there were just a lot of misses, but there were also an okay amount of lands, so I'll take that as a win. All the way, all the way. Oh, on the grass. All right, moving on to Tokyo. This one is, again, one I'm obsessed with, just in the opposite version. So I do the inverse Tokyo, and what I'm trying to do here is the regular Tokyo. I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot by not knowing how to do this trick for a bunch of reasons. One of them being infinite spins. According to Jack, you need to know the regular Tokyo to be able to spin front side. And I don't have that, so I don't have either of those things. There's also just a bunch of cool things you can do when you know one or both Tokyos to put tricks together. Luckily, this is one that if I focus on it a lot and really try and keep my balance, I can make it work. But when it's on the fly and in between tricks and at high speeds, that's not something I can do yet. Work in progress. All right, next up is the toe flip. This one's a bit embarrassing because I made a whole video on how I'm going to learn it, and I must have landed, I think I landed like 1 or 2 in that video. I'll put it on screen. I had 3 potential lands there, at least one of which I hope was an actual toe flip. Since that video, I'm pretty sure I haven't practiced that trick at all, at least not on the back foot. I don't know, I feel like this trick is just kind of wonky because of the way the skate is traveling versus the way you're pulling the skate perpendicular to the way it's traveling. Kind of screws up the wheels and the motion, and I have no idea how all these people that can do it get it so consistently. I guess I did have a bit of a revelation when practicing this one. Matty Tice says to put it corner to corner, which is true, but I could never figure out how to get my foot to then come in contact with the skate. The mini revelation I had here is to start with the skate further forward and then plan for my foot to follow it further back so that the skate doesn't get left behind. So intentionally reach out to grab it, kind of plan where it's gonna land. I guess that kind of worked for me. I think it's more of a mental thing. I don't know what works for other people, but I landed it. This was another frustrating one. Made some progress, and I'm actually pretty excited to try and incorporate that one so I know how to do then both my front and my back flip. All right, this last one is a result of kind of going to Japan and also watching Jack skate and practice his combos. There's a specific variation of a trick called the Kickflip Switch that I've never landed. It's the only one of 4 that I haven't landed, and it involves flipping the skate behind you. So it's slightly blind, and I find that the skate always goes shooting in one direction. Again, I don't know how to name this trick, but it's a way to kind of cheat it and split the trick into 2 parts so that I can finally start to understand what the weight distribution requires. I landed this the other day when shooting the infinite spin tutorial with Jack, but I wasn't able to get it on camera, so gotta do that today. This is the part of the video where it gets a little unexpectedly challenging for me. The original plan was just to do all 5 tricks and try to land them at least once, and yay, there's progress. I think while landing a few of trick number 5, I had this crazy idea to try and land all these unfamiliar tricks in a string, like in a line back to back, as a way to like help me string them together and get used to incorporating them with other tricks, which is kind of my goal. I want to be able to do these tricks on the fly, on command, so that I can get them in a clip or a line, or just tricks just feel much better when they're strung back to back. I really started to push myself here, got really frustrated, got really close to landing all 5 again and again and again. And I was actually out for another, I think, an extra 30 minutes to an hour. Unsurprisingly for me, the trick that was the holdup here ended up being the toe flip. And this is where I don't know if this counts, but since my foot didn't touch the ground, I gave it another shot and then continued. This ended up being that full one.
I was hoping I would get that, and my camera literally has like a minute or like 30 seconds left on the card, and I just wanted to get this all done tonight. Those are all very new tricks for me, so I call that a win. I want to try and incorporate these into my skating in the future, into these videos, so that I can hopefully become a better skater this year. Hope you like this sort of video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.